Good afternoon, friends. Let's start this press briefing. I open the floor for questions. Let's begin with Siddhant there.
Sir, I'm Saddam from CNN News 18. Sir, in UK, there were disruption caused by Khalistani forces in some of the theaters. Even film emergency has been removed from those theaters after the protest from the Khalistani group. How do you look at this development? Thank you.
Uma?
So I just want to know what is the real number of the Indians who are likely to be deported from the US after Trump's EU?
Ayushi?
So this is Ayushi Agarwal from ANI. So there are some reports and videos of terrorist Pannu circulating on social media where he was seen at Donald Trump's inauguration ceremony. If you can confirm that, and if we have raised that with USA. And one more question: uh, during the foreign secretary's visit to China, will the issues like visa and direct air connectivity would come up?
Yeshi?
This is Yeshi Seli from Business India. This is about the 8th Naval veteran in Qatar. I believe Qatari authorities have re-examined some charges, and there's a case coming up on the 29th. What does that mean? Is he going to be tried again, or is the Indian government trying to get him back? And also about the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, have China begun to issue visas for people interested to go from India?
Pranay?
सर प्रणय उपाध्याय अमर उजाला से बांग्लादेश और भारत की सीमा पे हाल ही में काफी टेंशन की रिपोर्ट्स आई हैं दोनों तरफ से ग्रामीणों में पथराव भी हुआ इस मामले को लेकर बॉर्डर फेंसिंग को लेकर क्या प्रोग्रेस है और क्या बांग्लादेश सरकार के साथ इस मामले में कोई रेजोल्यूशन हुआ है साथ ही बांग्लादेश में रिसेंटली एक पाकिस्तानी मिलिट्री डेलीगेशन है जिसके अंदर आईएसआई के ऑफिशियल्स भी हैं पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश के बीच बढ़ते हुए मिलिट्री कोऑपरेशन और खास तौर पर जो JF-17 और एयरक्राफ्ट खरीद को लेकर चल रहा है उसको भारत किस तरीके से देख रहा है
Okay. Livia, can we come back to you? Okay. Siddhant, first your question regarding UK, developments in UK. You would have seen, and we have also seen several reports on how the film Emergency, which was being screened in several halls, was being obstructed. We consistently raise concerns with the UK government regarding incidents of violent protests and intimidation by anti-India elements. Freedom of speech and expression cannot be applied selectively, and those obstructing it must be held accountable. We hope the UK side will take appropriate action against those responsible. Our mission, that is our High Commission in London, remains in touch in regular communication with our community members for their safety and welfare. So we expect the UK side to take strong, appropriate action in this matter. Huma, your question regarding number of Indians, etc. See, India, we have made this clear earlier as well. Uh, we are against illegal immigration, especially because it is linked to several forms of organized crime. For Indians, not just in the United States, but anywhere in the world, if they are Indian nationals and they are overstaying or they are in a particular country without proper documentation, we will take them back, provided documents are shared with us so that we can verify their nationality, that they are indeed Indians. If that happens to be the case, then we will take things forward. We'll facilitate the return to India. Now, the question you talked about numbers, at this point in time, any talk about numbers is premature. Issue in response to your query, whenever there is an anti-India activity, we take up such matters with the US government. So we will continue to raise such issues with the US government, which have a bearing on our security, which have an anti India agenda. Regarding the upcoming visit of China of the Foreign Secretary, you would have seen that this visit is going to happen on 26th, 27th of January. Foreign Secretary will be meeting his counterpart, the Vice Minister in China, where all issues of bilateral interest will be discussed. Um, this meeting flows from the understanding that the leaders reached in Kazan, and subsequent to that, we've had meetings of the special representatives, and we've had foreign minister level meeting as well. So please, once the discussions and talks happen, then you will get a readout of what was discussed, what issues were taken up, etc. But all issues of mutual interest will be discussed. Yeshi, on the 8th Naval Veteran, as I had informed you earlier, that there are certain requirements that he has to fulfill. As to the exact case, the technical details, I don't have an update, but now that you bring it to my attention, we will surely look into it and update you on the matter. Also, as I said, during the Foreign Secretary's visit, all matters of mutual interest will be discussed, and that would include, I guess, Kailash Mansarovar Yatra as well. प्रणय, बॉर्डर फेंसिंग को लेके हमारे और बांग्लादेश के बीच में समझौते हुए हैं. बॉर्डर फेंसिंग इसलिए ज़रूरी है ताकि वहाँ पर जो अपराधी, जो क्राइम रिलेटेड जो इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं, उसको हम लोग बंद कर सके. बॉर्डर फेंसिंग के जो भी समझौते आज तक हुए हमारा ये मानना है कि बांग्लादेश उसको एक पॉजिटिव अप्रोच के साथ, कंस्ट्रक्टिव अप्रोच के साथ इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करेगा हमारे साथ, ताकि जिस प्रकार की गतिविधियां क्राइम को लेके, अपराध को लेके, ह्यूमन स्मगलिंग को लेके, कैटल स्मगलिंग को लेके जो चलता है बॉर्डर पे, एक क्राइम फ्री बॉर्डर बनाने की जो हम लोग की सोच है, उसको एक स्वरूप दिया जाए. ठीक है, लेकिन जो भी गतिविधि चल रही है फेंसिंग की वहाँ पर, वो दोनों देशों के बीच में जो समझौता हुआ है उसके मार्फत हो रही है. तो हम लोग का ये कहना है कि जो समझौता हुआ है उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए दोनों देशों को साथ मिलकर और एक कंस्ट्रक्टिव तरीके से, अप्रोच से आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. जो भी गतिविधियां हमारे पड़ोस में या हमारे क्षेत्र में भारत के इर्द गिर्द होता है, उस पर हम हमेशा पैनी नज़र बना के रखते हैं, और ऐसे गतिविधि खासकर जिसका ताल्लुक हमारे सिक्योरिटी सुरक्षा के साथ है, राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा के साथ है, उस पर हमारी नज़र रहती है, और जिस प्रकार का जो कदम उठाने हैं हमको, वो हम उठाएंगे. Livia, can we go to you?
Livia Rodriguez from Prensa Latina. We would like to know India's opinion on the decision of the new U.S. government to include Cuba once again on the list of alleged sponsor of terrorism, a decision without any basis, which also reinforces the legal blockade against the Cuban people. Thank you.
Okay. Siddhant?
So Siddhant from Beyond. We saw an ISPR statement, Pakistan's ISPR, which said that Indian army is being politicized. This is in response of what the Indian army said, that there are terror activities in Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir linked with Pakistan.
Dheere?
Sir, the US president has made overtures to Russia asking for a deal on Ukraine. India has consistently called for dialogue and diplomacy. So would it be possible, to get a comment on how you view the new US, the overtures by the new US administration? Thank you.
Keshav?
Sir, Keshav Padmanabhan from The Print. The new US president has been talking about looking at tariffs against Asian countries. Just wanted to check whether the Indian government has or is preparing any sort of this thing in the event that tariffs are placed against India, and whether discussions are on with the US government regarding fairness in trade. Thank you.
Krishna?
सर कृष्णमोहन शर्मा फ्रॉम भारत एक्सप्रेस। सर ट्रंप गवर्नमेंट के आने के बाद से बहुत सारे इंडियन के दिमाग में ये बात है कि इलीगल इमाइग्रेंट्स को यहाँ पे बाहर भेजा जाएगा। एक सवाल ये है कि क्या जो इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स को यहाँ पे लाने की बात की जा रही है या जो वहाँ से भेजने की बात की जा रही है, ये हमारे कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्रियल टाइज पे भी इसका असर पड़ेगा या अमाइकेबली इसको सॉल्व कर लिया जाएगा?
So, Livia, first to your question, uh, you know, any decision on any position of an international of a country with regard to Cuba is a decision that that particular country has made. We would not like to comment on that. Siddharth, you're regarding your question. You see, the whole world knows, who is promoting terrorism. In India, when we have terror-related attacks, where it is coming from, we all understand the genesis, the root of cross-border terrorism. So, in this context, when the whole world knows who's the progenitor of cross-border terrorism, to say that we are trying to politicize something, etc., is totally immaterial. Everybody knows that there are people, there are countries who are responsible for cross-border terrorism, and we call upon Pakistan to take strict action to stop cross-border terrorism. The area, insofar as Ukraine and Russian conflict is concerned, our position has been consistent all along. We stand for peace, and we want there be a peaceful resolution of the conflict through dialogue and diplomacy. Our Prime Minister has said that this is not the era of war. He also said that there is no solution which lies on the battlefield. So that is our approach to the Ukraine-Russia conflict, and we continue to stand by it, that for the resolution to happen, both sides will have to come together and seek a solution through seek a solution through diplomacy and dialogue. Keshav, on tariff matters, see, India-US relationship is very strong, multifaceted, and within that multifaceted relationship, the economic ties are something which are very special. In 2023, we reached a record level of trade in goods and services amounting to US dollar 190 billion. We have established mechanisms between US and India to discuss any matter or trade matters matters related to trade, and we are in continuous dialogue. Our approach has always been to address issues in a constructive manner, which are in keeping with interests of both countries. And I would like to tell you that we remain in close communication with the US administration and would like to continue to work towards strengthening our economic partnership further. कृष्ण मोहन जी, जो अवैध माइग्रेशन है और जो ट्रेड की बात है, ये दो अलग चीज़ें हैं. हमारा रवैया, नीति, पॉलिसी, नज़रिया जो अवैध माइग्रेशन को लेके है, वो बड़ा क्लियर है. हम लोगों ने कहा, पहले भी मैंने कहा, हम इसके खिलाफ हैं, इलीगल माइग्रेशन के खिलाफ हैं. खासकर इसलिए भी खिलाफ हैं क्योंकि इसका वास्ता संगठित अपराध से है, कई देशों में होता आ रहा है. और बाहर में अगर कोई अवैध रूप से रह रहा है, अगर उस इंडिविजुअल का हम ये स्थापित कर सकते हैं कि वो भारतीय नागरिक, तो हमेशा तैयार रहते हैं लेने के लिए. तो ये जहाँ तक है, ये इलीगल इमिग्रेशन की बात हुई. और ट्रेड मसले की बात है, वो ट्रेड मसले हमारे भारत और अमेरिका के बीच में द्विपक्षीय संबंध बहुत मजबूत हैं. दोनों देशों के रिश्तों में एक प्रकार का ट्रस्ट का भाव बहुत ऊंचा है। और आपने देखा होगा अभी जब विदेश मंत्री की भी यात्रा हुई उस दरमियान, जैसा कि उन्होंने अपने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा और मैं फिर से दोहराना चाहता हूं कि दोनों तरफ से ये मंशा है कि इस रिश्ते को और मजबूत किया जाए, इसको बड़े पैमाने पर एक बड़े सोच के साथ आगे लिया जाए और इसमें और भी एम्बिशियस जो शब्द इस्तेमाल किया गया है, द टू साइड्स आर कीन टू बिल्ड a bolder, bigger, and more ambitious relationship. And we have Kadambari.
कादम्बिनी शर्मा फ्रॉम एनडीटीवी। सर, अभी विदेश मंत्री जब अमेरिका दौरे पर थे तो उन्होंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा कि उन्होंने ये बात उठाई है कि वीज़ा प्रोसेसिंग में करीब 400 दिनों का वक्त लगता है यहाँ पर नॉर्मली, और ये काफ़ी चीज़ों को हैम्पर कर रहा है। तो क्या इसके पहले भी विदेश मंत्रालय ने बात की, और क्या अभी जब एम वहाँ पर थे तो उनको इस पर कोई आश्वासन मिला है जल्द एक्शन का?
Enjoy.
Sir, for the first time in over 15 years, a Bangladeshi warship, in this case a frigate, is taking part in a Pakistani military exercise. This one is the naval exercise in Aman. We just like your comments on it.
Okay. Sachin.
So, second part of my question. The BGP and the BSF are meeting for 4 days in Delhi from the 16th to the 20th. Can you tell us what the agenda is and what is likely to be discussed?
सर, मैं सचिन बुधौलिया हूँ यूएनआई से। मेरा सवाल ये है कि अभी चाइना के जो चार्ज जी अफेयर्स ने एक आर्टिकल लिखा है जो तिब्बत में वो ब्रह्मपुत्र पर एक बांध बना रहे हैं, और उसमें उन्होंने अपना जो भी पक्ष रखा है उसको भारत किस रूप में देखता है उनकी सफाई को।
We had a Yudhvir, no?
Sir, this is Ubir from the Tribune newspaper. Sir, my question is about this Pakistani ISI officials in Bangladesh. How big threat is it for India?
Okay.
So I'm Amiti from Hindu Business Line. So US President Donald Trump has also threatened Russia with more sanctions if it doesn't take steps to stop its war in Ukraine. So is there a concern that it could have a spillover effect on India's trade ties with Russia, especially purchase of oil?
Okay. Kadambini, let's first come to your question. Visa. हम लोगों ने देखा है कि पिछले कोविड के बाद से वीज़ा को लेके, खासकर अमेरिकी वीज़ा को लेके और भी अन्य देशों के साथ से उसमें काफ़ी समय लग रहा था, और आज भी ये स्थिति कुछ इसी प्रकार की है। तो हम लोग लगातार हालांकि इस बात को वहाँ के सरकार से उनसे सामने रखते रहे हैं कि अगर वीज़ा देने में अगर आप लोगों को सहूलियत पहुंचे तो उससे रिश्तों को, आर्थिक रिश्तों को, लोगों के बीच में जो रिश्ते हैं, सांस्कृतिक रिश्ते हैं, उसको मजबूती मिलेगी। लोग आएंगे जाएंगे तो फिर चीज़ें और तेजी से बढ़ेगी। तो इस बार इस मुद्दे को हमारे विदेश मंत्री ने अपने जो मार्को रूबियो हैं, सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट, नए सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट अमेरिका के, उनसे बातचीत में भी उनके सामने लाया, ताकि हम लोगों ने जैसा दोनों देशों का कल्पना है कि इसको बोल्डर, बिगर और एम्बिशियस एक रिलेशनशिप बनाना है, उसके लिए ज़रूरी है कि इस प्रकार की जो प्रोसीजरल बातें हैं, जो डिलेज हैं, उसको कम किया जाए। Srinjoy, in regard to your question, we always maintained on such questions that we always keep a close eye and follow developments which have an bearing on our relationship, especially in our neighborhood, on a national interest, and we'll continue to do so. The other question regarding the meeting between BGB and BSF, I understand that discussions are underway to hold the meeting. Once these discussions are finalized and there are firmed up dates, etc., we'll share more details with you. सचिन, जो आप आर्टिकल की बात कह रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने अपना पक्ष तो रखा है, लेकिन जो हमारा पक्ष है, हम लोगों ने कहा है कि एक लोअर रिपेरियन स्टेट होने के नाते हमारी भी चिंताएँ हैं, खासकर मेगा हाइड्रो प्रोजेक्ट को लेके, और ये हम लोगों ने चीनी सरकार के समक्ष रखा है और हमारा एक्सपेक्टेशन है, मानना है कि इस पर अमल किया जाएगा। Yudhvir, again, there are developments which are happening in our neighborhood. We keep a close eye, close watch on all these developments. We monitor them and we take appropriate action as required. Amity, you talked about, relationship of countries between Russia and United States. It is something that they have to look into. As far as energy requirements of India is concerned, we are guided by whatever the condition is there in the market, what the prevailing global situation is, what the market mechanism has to offer, and what is our energy requirement or energy security requirements at this particular point of view. So all these factors will guide our approach to how we engage countries across the world in terms of sourcing our energy requirements. Vishal?
मैं विशाल हूँ एबीपी न्यूज से। मेरा सवाल ये है कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की पहली मुलाकात कब संभावित है, और दूसरा सवाल ये है कि पीएम मोदी का जो फ्रांस दौरा होना है वो कितना महत्वपूर्ण है और क्या कार्यक्रम रहने वाले हैं।
Manas?
This is Manas from PTI. It's a fact that there has been some sense of nervousness across the world about Donald Trump's tariff, and I think India is no exception to it. And we impose very high tariff on some of the agricultural products. It is as high as 25%, and there has been consistent US pressure on India to open the Indian market for US agricultural products. So will we be open to just look at it and then lower the tariff? And again, is there? Are the two sides talking about a possible meeting between the two leaders?
Okay. Gautam?
Sir Gautam Bahri, EM has also said in that press conference that Bangladesh situation was also discussed. But I want to know whether it's a bilateral level or also at the quad level, Bangladesh was mentioned or discussed. And secondly, now after this meeting, can we say that India and US are on the same page so far Bangladesh's present situation is concerned?
Ajay?
Sir, good evening. Ajay Banerjee from the Tribune. I seek a clarification to what Ayushi Agarwal had asked at the start of the press conference with regards to Gurupatwant Singh Pannu. So it has been 4 days since Pannu attended Donald Trump's swearing in. So have we so far taken up the matter since Pannu is wanted in India, his organization is banned in India, US and India are comprehensive strategic partners. Have we taken up or are we in the process of taking up the matter with the US?
Raghavendra?
This is Raghavendra Varma from ZDF German television. My question is about the submarine deal. It's been quite some time, the speculations, and now the reports are that the Mazagan talks, the German company, ThyssenKrupp, will be getting this contract. Do you have any updates?
Okay. So Vishal, पहला सवाल प्रेसिडेंट डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के भारत दौरे को लेके आपने पूछा है। तो देखिए, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री में और प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप में उनकी आपस में एक कह सकते हैं बहुत वार्म पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप है। और जैसा कि आपको पता है, विदेश मंत्री के दौरा के बाद दोनों देश इस रिश्ते को और मजबूत करना चाहते हैं, एक नई ऊंचाई पे ले जाना चाहते हैं। और इसके आगे मैं ये कहूँगा कि जो हाई लेवल विजिट की जो बात कर रहे हैं, तो ये तब तय होता है जब दोनों देशों को कन्वीनियंट हो, दोनों देशों के इस पे कंसल्टेशन हो और दोनों आपसी मत बने। और इसको लेके मेरे पास अभी कोई अपडेट नहीं है, जब भी कोई अपडेट आएगी तो मैं आपसे साझा करूँगा। दूसरा, फ्रांस के दौरे को लेके है। फ्रांस में एआई समिट हो रहा है। एआई समिट के लिए फ्रांस के राष्ट्रपति ने हमारे प्रधानमंत्री को न्योता दिया है को-चेयर करने के लिए, और उसका हम लोगों ने उस इन्विटेशन को हमने स्वीकार किया है। उस दौरे को लेके जो और नई अपडेट होंगी, वो आपको उससे अवगत कराया जाएगा आने वाले दिनों में। Manas, again, I would be repeating myself. Tariff issues, you said. The world of India-US economic collaboration is an expansive one. We have regular consultation and dialogue between the two countries on trade issues. This dialogue continues. We have a constructive approach in dealing with trade issues between India and the United States, in keeping with interest of both countries in mind. So, the new US government has come in recently. Whatever issues are there, trade issues are there, we will talk it out, we'll discuss, and we want to enhance. I talked about the trade, levels of trade, record levels of trade that we have between India and the United States, $190 billion in 2023. We want to further strengthen it, further expand it. Gautamji, regarding external affairs meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, he discussed bilateral issues. He also discussed global and regional issues. Regional issues were discussed in the ambit of that meeting. I'm not sure if the Quad meeting discussed what you are referring to, Bangladesh issues or not. But on the Quad conversation, we have a readout, a joint press statement gives you as to what the sense of the four partners, how they want to steer this Quad partnership. The fact that it was held on the first day of the incoming administration speaks well of the Quad. And as EM had said, the meeting itself was the message. So that is where I will stop. Ajay, see, anti-India activities, one person may have entered, I don't know the details of it, etc. But as far as anti-India activities of people or individuals are concerned, we do take them up with the United States as and when those issues happen, and we will continue to take them up with the US government. Raghavendra, Germany is a very important defense partner. Defense partnership is growing, expanding. We hope that we'll continue to build on a partnership. Further, I don't have any more details about the commercial interaction, other things that you asked. We'll have to wait. So last, Pranay, Huma, and Siddhant, 1, 2, 3 questions. Please put off your cell phones, please.
सर प्रणय अमर उजाला से, हाल के महीनों के अंदर कई चाइनीज नेशनल्स को पकड़ा गया है, खासतौर पर साइबर फ्रॉड के केसेस में, और कई जो साइबर फ्रॉड के केसेस हैं उनको चाइनीज ऑपरेटर से लिंक भी किया गया है। इस मामले पर अभी तक विदेश मंत्रालय ने चाइना सरकार के साथ किन मुद्दों को उठाया है और इसको रोकने के लिए क्या उपाय किए जा रहे हैं, किन केसेस को हम परस्यू कर रहे हैं जो कि क्रॉस कंट्री साइबर फ्रॉड से जुड़े हुए हैं?
Huma?
So I just want to know, with Bangladesh and Pakistan getting closer to each other, what happens to the line of credit that we have given to Bangladesh? Are they using it, or if there's any status report?
Sir, I'm Siddhant from CNN News 18. Sir, first day in office, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, in an interview to an American media, referred India as an ally. Is India comfortable being referred as a US ally? Thank you.
Okay. So first, Pranay, cyber crime को लेके चीन और भारत के बीच में इतने भी द्विपक्षीय मुद्दे हैं, फॉरेन सेक्रेटरी के इस विजिट के दौरान उस पर बातें की जाएंगी। और जहाँ तक इस साइबर सिक्योरिटी के पहलू का सवाल है, आपने कहा कि ये तीसरे देश में होता है, तो उस बड़े टेक्निकल सा चीज़ें हैं, उसको देखना पड़ेगा किस प्रकार से इसको हम लोग आगे ले जाएं। लेकिन जहाँ तक दोनों देशों के बीच की सवाल है, जो भी मुद्दे हैं उस पर बातचीत होगी। Huma, see, our approach to Bangladesh has been to maintain friendly ties, a positive approach to Bangladesh to build our relationship. We support a democratic, progressive, and inclusive Bangladesh. We want to strengthen our ties so that the people of India and the people of Bangladesh can prosper. So that is our approach to it. Is independent of what's happening. A particular country has in its relations has to do with other countries in its relationship. Our approach to Bangladesh is very clear. So, yeah, Siddhant. Oh, okay. You had a question. See, India-US partnership has its own salience. We enjoy a comprehensive strategic global partnership, and as came out very clear in the visit of the External Affairs Minister to Washington, both sides are keen to build a bolder, bigger, and more ambitious relationship. What you are referring to, the word that you are referring to has a different connotation in the US. Sometimes they use it in a common parlance, but for that particular alliance to happen, you have to have a treaty partnership. But our own relationship with the United States is very strong. We have a comprehensive global strategic partnership, and we want to continue to build it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.